it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and I just have a couple of minutes to chat today. I will probably piece this together and chat a little bit more tonight. We've got kids' activities coming up, and I thought I would sit down and start talking about my Peloton stuff. I've got a list here going of a lot of things I want to discuss. I did not do one of these PELOCHAT videos last week. I was just starting to feel a little bit under the weather, and I just didn't feel like doing it, so I have a bunch of stuff to discuss for this video. It may end up being a long one, and again, I will work on piecing it together. Once I get through with all the kids' activities today, I can come and sit down a little bit longer. But the first thing I want to talk about is the most exciting part of it. If you are interested in getting a Peloton, they have an awesome referral thing going on. It's just through, I think, like the first couple of weeks of September, and then it cuts off. But the usual referral thing is if you use my code down below, you get $100 off accessories. Well, guess what? They doubled it. So if you use the code and purchase a bike or a tread, you get $200 off accessories. So you can get some dumbbells, resistance bands, it pays for the shoes, lots of things. There's a lot of things you can use this money on. So I have actually used all of my referral codes, but I have my besties code down below for you guys. You can check it out if you're interested. Now is a great time. They do put the bikes on sale here and there, but it's few and far between, and they've been jacking up the prices lately. So it is a great time to get some accessories along with your bike. Check the referral code down below. I'll leave the instructions and whatever down there for you guys if you're interested. And if the code does not work, I'm sorry, that's all the codes they will let me have. Unfortunately, they don't offer us very many codes. You can only use it so many times. I wish it was something that we could use all the time, because I would totally like to buy more Peloton gear. With the codes, you guys get money off accessories. I get money at the apparel store, which I'm super excited about. That's how I got most of my clothes, but I max out those codes and I'm using my besties code. So hopefully it will work for you guys if you're interested, but you guys know I absolutely love my bike. It's been life-changing for me. I went from being a couch potato to somebody who works out, and lately I have been trying to do 30 minutes at least every day. And it's been a little bit tough because I have gotten this little cold bug, you know, some sort of viral thing. It's back to school time, and of course the second week of school, all of us came down with some sort of nasty cold bug, and thankfully Olivia caught it over the weekend so she could recover, but we're in all sorts of kids activities, we're school, it's just germ city with little kids, you know how it goes. But anyway, starting to feel a little bit better. But yeah, other than that, I think things are going good. My new meds have been working. I have not had a single migraine now in like a week and a half, which is really good because I was getting a lot of them. And yeah, I talked to you guys on day 3, and now we're way past that. I ended up getting the prescription in, and I have a month's worth, and I have to call the special pharmacy to get it refilled because it's not one they just carry at the regular CVS or Walgreens type of pharmacy. It totally has been working, and I'm so thankful for that. So it's definitely been great, except getting this little cold thing. And I definitely feel like I have not the man flu, but the woman flu, where I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I want to lay on the couch. I want to take a nap. I just feel really tired and miserable and complainy and whiny and all those things. But even with that, I've been exercising because this week the Power Zone challenge started. So there's a Facebook group called the Power Zone Pack. They do the Power Zone rides, where it's the bar you get across the screen. If you take your FTP test, you get your number for that. And then you have this 7-zone colorful bar on your screen. I'll show a little picture of it up there. And you base your ride exertion on that bar. So they'll say, okay, do zone 2 for the next 4 minutes, and you'll pedal at zone 2, do zone 3 for the next 5 minutes or whatever, you'll pedal at zone 3, and they get progressively harder 1 through 7. So 7's like your absolute maximum exertion you could do. 1 is like you could do this for years, you know? It's like the basic easy exertion. So I have been doing the challenge. I ended up doing the option where there's 3 classes every week, and it goes for 6 weeks. And there are 2 45-minute classes, 1 60-minute class, and then there's an accelerator. It's like a bonus class. You get bonus points for it. It's any 30-minute class. So with this, I've done the 2 45-minute classes. I have the 60-minute class I will try to do tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll do it on Saturday, where I usually do my longer day anyway, but I kind of want to get it done before the weekend so it gets done and I don't have to worry about, like, if I feel bad on Saturday, I'm pushing it back really close to the deadline. I want to make sure I get it done. So I'm probably going to do it Friday and get it done. That had me doing the challenge Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and in between I've been trying to do a minimum of 30 minutes on the Peloton. So I've really tried to up my miles, I've really tried to up my endurance, and I'm really enjoying being back on the bike most days. It just gets my day started on the right track. When I wake up in the morning and get it done, I feel good, and it gives me some energy, and I really enjoyed that. All right, nothing like waiting till the last second to make this video. It is really late and Hot Mess Express, but we are getting it done. I've got the ring light on, got the crazy hair going. We're gonna talk about the rest of the things. So I had a couple of things on my list that are new things to me. I just talked about the Power Zone Challenge. I'm really enjoying that. We also did something to the home gym. We ended up getting a dumbbell rack, and I will show some pictures up on the screen so you guys can see. It is from Rep Fitness. I have gone between getting stuff from Rogue Fitness and Rep Fitness happened to have a dumbbell rack that I liked the best. So I did end up getting it. It is blue. It doesn't seem to match very well, and I'm thinking we may end up painting it. I just really wanted it to be like a bright, fun thing in the room because it is so big, but the blue just is not working for me. We're gonna keep it now. Johnny's making a protein shake right now. I'm just not sure I love the color with the wall. It doesn't go right against the wall, so for now it's okay, but it took Johnny a while to assemble the whole thing, and he's like, I'm not taking it apart. And I was like, but if I'm gonna paint it, we have to take it apart. So he was not pleased with that, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to go there, but that's my thought, is at some point later on we will paint it to match. Maybe if it like starts getting dinged up or something, then it'll be more of a motivation to paint it. But for now, it's blue and it'll be there. I really like the size of it. It just now looks like we need a lot more dumbbells, and unfortunately, my smaller ones do not fit well on the dumbbell rack. I'll insert a little clip so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, here it is, and you can see these ones like barely fit, but they're gonna get messed up, like with the edge of this. These are gonna get messed up. And I have smaller ones. Let's see, they're over here. I've got 5-pound ones, and then these 8-pound ones I just got. But look, they don't fit. They're just gonna like slide off there. They're gonna get cut. And we thought about just putting them like that, but I feel like that's not super safe like that. So I might get one of those tiny little tree things, or I might just replace these. But for now, they're just sitting on the floor. Well, there it is. I really like it. You can see the wall. I've got to do my whole tour in here. As you can see, that color doesn't go with that color. They just don't fit. So I'm going to be getting some new smaller ones at some point. For now, I'm keeping what I've got. Johnny said maybe get one of those like little triangle stands and put it on the shelf and have my couple of dumbbells on that. So I may do that for a while, but eventually I do want to get new ones because I just want them all to match and look good and fill up the space on the dumbbell rack. Since school started, I've been waking up most mornings at 5 a.m., getting my ride in, really enjoying that. Because of my cold, I haven't done that all the time because it's just been rough. Like certain nights I cough all night and don't get really good sleep, so I do sleep in those days and then do my workout later. So a couple of days recently, because of that, I've been working out at quiet time, and that's been really working well. And then I've been going to bed like right after the kids go to bed. Last night is the first night in a while that I didn't go to bed at like 8:30. So I was really just struggling with the cold thing. Before getting the cold, I was thinking I would start back on my strength challenges and stuff like a week after my migraine medicine was working, and I felt pretty good with that. But then I got the cold, so I have not started strength training at all yet. I have not gone back to mom's group except like a couple of days, and then I started getting this cold. I still sound kind of nasally and I'm still a little congested, but not to where like I was using a ton of tissues every day in previous days. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple days I will go back to some strength training because I really miss it. I really like it, but it's just like one thing at a time. I got the cycling back, really liking that pretty much every day. That's pretty much it. I've been really just getting on the bike every day and really liking that little cardio hit in the morning, especially in the morning. There was actually one morning I got up at 5 a.m. and the internet was not working, and this is the morning I realized like how much I love the early morning, getting the ride and enjoying that. The internet wasn't working, and I was really just kind of like sitting around like, what do I do? And I was kind of in a mood after that. I did my planning and stuff, and the internet still hadn't kicked back on yet. I was just not enjoying life that morning. I was like, I really miss my ride. I really just like the morning rides. It's so much fun to just get on the bike. I don't really have to follow cues or anything. I just ride and enjoy the music and enjoy the inspirational talk that the instructors have. I've been riding a lot of Bradley Rose rides aside from the Power Zone classes, and I just really like him. And I will leave some of my favorite rides down below that I've tried this last like week and a half since I didn't film last week. I did a lot of the All for One Festival rides. I really, really liked Bradley Rose's Green Day one. I also liked the Florence and the Machine one. That was a really good one. Oh yeah, and the Alanis Morissette one and the Beach Boys one. Those are the four that I just loved. I'm going to try to do like all of the Alanis Morissette things when I get back into strength training. And there's some yoga things for a couple of the bands as well. And it's just such a fun thing. I love the artist series things when you could just pick out an artist and just listen to them. The whole ride is just really nice. I'm definitely a music driven person, so when they're playing really upbeat, fast-paced music, I pedal faster. I just really like to stay on tempo. I think that's a drummer thing. I was a drummer and I haven't played drums in forever, guys. I don't think I could keep a beat right now, but I just hear the drums and just go with the drums a lot of times. That really drives my tempo on the rides, or my cadence. I did end up doing some outdoor biking. I did hook up the trailer and take Stella on one of the rides, and I really, really like being on the road, but not on the sidewalks. So when we're driving on the sidewalks, they're a little bit curvy. Our whole area, we're in hill country in Austin, and the whole area is very hilly and just like rolling hills. So it is hard work, especially taking the trailer, but I figured out like I want my gears on low gears to pump up all the way up the hills, and it's been really nice. But then it rained for multiple days, and then I got sick and I haven't been back on the bike in a while, but I really like it. We did a big couple of loops around the neighborhood. I really enjoyed that. We've done a few family rides, and I have a picture of Stella. She was wearing this little outfit. I had a friend give me a bunch of like dress up clothes, like Princess Disney dress up clothes, and Stella went nuts over them and wore them pretty much every day. She still like will pick them out a lot of days, but she had the full get up on, the dress, the little shoes, and also the crown, and she got into the trailer, and she calls it her beautiful car. So she got in there and she just looked like she's in a little princess chariot, and I was like, okay, we'll go for a ride. I took pictures of her because it was just so cute. But that adds a lot of weight, you know, with the toddler and with the trailer, it adds a lot of weight. So it is a workout. I really enjoy the bike, but yeah, it's not the same as just jumping on the Peloton at 5 a.m., not having to worry about being outside, not having to worry about sunscreen, and, you know, always having the toddler with me, or Johnny and the toddler with me, or Johnny, Livy, and Stella all with me. But yeah, I definitely want to do more loops around the neighborhood, especially like days that are getting cooler, hopefully soon. Like, it's been so hot. That's part of it. It's like we're just dying of heat stroke outside, and Stella cannot be outside that long when we're dealing with 90s and 100s, you know? It's just a lot. But yeah, I'm getting way more comfortable on the bike. I can successfully get on and off now. I'm pedaling really well. I'm going up the hills really well, and I'm enjoying it a lot more, but I just do not feel comfortable on the winding sidewalks. They're just too windy and I get a little nervous. I'm afraid I'm gonna like fling off the sidewalk, and sometimes because of the way the hills are and stuff, sometimes you're like 6 inches from the actual ground on part of the sidewalks and you're going around these curves, and I'm like, I'm gonna like flip my bike over or something. I get really nervous about it. I did not think I was a very anxious person, but the older I get, I think the more anxious I get about certain things like that. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna hurt myself, and I'm not young anymore. I'm like, I'm gonna break myself if I do this. So I get really nervous about things like that, but I've been really liking being on the road. So I just stick to the road. I'll just stay on the side of the road. Our roads are wide enough that cars can get by and stuff. So I do that instead. And then as far as apps, we did end up picking out an app. We have been using Strava, and that's the one that Uncle David recommended. It's Johnny's brother, and he is a big time biker. So he recommended it. We tried it out. I asked him a couple of questions about it, and we can track each other on there. So Johnny will just send me a beacon thing and I can follow him, or I can send him a beacon thing and he can follow me on it. And it's really neat. So we don't have the paid thing. We haven't upgraded or anything. We just have the free one. The only thing I will say about the app is it does advertise a ton for getting their premium thing. So I'm constantly having to like X out of all their like offer things. And the Amazon Music is the same way. I have a gripe about Amazon Music. I use the Amazon Music program because I'm a Prime member, but I do not want to pay their monthly fee. So pretty mumuch every time I open the app, I have to X out of their little offer thing that they try to offer me. And same thing with the Strava. So it's just kind of annoying, but it's also free right now. So I like that part of it. And then I picked something big this last week. So I started the migraine medicine. It does upset my stomach just a tiny bit, and I haven't been quite as hungry where Before, I feel like I'm always wanting to snack, I'm always thinking about food, I'm always thinking about my next meal, I'm always trying to like not stuff my face. Well, this medicine is totally making that go away, so I don't think about food 24 hours a day. So with that, I decided not to track my calories, and I do that because I'm eating my 3 square meals, sometimes maybe a teeny tiny snack or a teeny tiny treat, and that's pretty much it. And I've stuck with that, and it's just taken away that like insatiable hunger that I've had, and it's really nice. So on the like pamphlet it came with the medicine, it said it could cause nausea and upset stomach. It's just made me not very hungry, so I really like that. I'm actually having to like eat. Like sometimes at lunch I'm not super hungry, so I'll make like some sort of little healthy thing for lunch, but it's really helped cut down my appetite, which has been really nice. And because of that, I decided I'm not going to track the calories. It's kind of a weird thing, but I don't want to eat just because it says I have extra calories left over. That was one of the hardest things when I first lost weight. I lost quite a bit of weight. I was my heaviest non-pregnant weight. Actually, when we got married, I was my heaviest. So I ended up losing quite a bit of weight before having kids, and I'm losing weight again. But the hardest part was like, oh, it says I have 300 calories. What can I have? And it like gives me a permission to go snack. And I don't want to do that. So I thought I would just eat my meals. I know about what the calorie count is in things. I'm not going overboard with things, but I'm not going to track and see that I have like this deficit and then eat for the sake of eating. I'm really trying to listen to my actual hunger cues, because now they're not out of control. I feel like the medicine put a little damper on it, and I eat when I'm actually hungry. And that's really nice, that I'm not just hungry all the time and preventing myself from just eating tons of bags of chips, basically. So I'm really liking not calorie counting and not thinking about it in that way, but I'm still trying to pick protein-rich things. I'm still trying to pick veggies. I'm still trying to eat mostly whole foods, but I'll tell you guys my one sweet treat. A while back when I was counting calories a long time ago, I would eat like 2 Girl Scout cookies, because that's like a serving of Girl Scout cookies. It's a little over 100 calories. It's like 130 or 150, depending on like what cookies you get. So that would be my special sweet treat at the end of the day. And I did that most days because I always wanted something like a little sweet treat. So I was doing that, but I haven't done that in a really long time. I just have been trying to not snack so much. But the Halloween Oreos came out, so every night I eat 1 to 2 Halloween Oreos, depending on if I want them. Now, I was feeling pretty crummy the last few days, so I didn't have any. But tonight I had 4 of those suckers, and they were so good. I dipped them in milk, and it was just such a great treat. But for most days, I'll have like 1 or 2 Halloween Oreos as my like little treat at the end of the day. Like, we did it, we made it through a day, the kids are great, the kids are in bed, I'm gonna have my little Oreos if I want them, and that is my little sweet treat at the end of the day. Generally though, most of the days I've just been having breakfast, lunch, dinner, and like sometimes a very small lunch, like a protein shake for lunch, because I just haven't been super hungry. I really liked doing like a pretty significant size breakfast, not really having a lunch, maybe having a protein shake or something, and like some small lunch, and then having a big dinner, like getting really hungry and having a nice big dinner, and then being full until going to bed. And if I have the cookie, I have the cookie. And if I'm not feeling like it, if I'm full from dinner, I just don't have it. But I really like that setup where it's like 2 main meals and then basically like a snacky size lunch and then maybe a treat in the end of the day. And that seems to be working really well. I'm actually pretty hungry by dinner time if I have like a smaller size lunch. And I really like that way, that if the dinner is large enough, I'm not hungry before bed. I really just, one of the things about the calorie tracking and trying to eat early, I was always hungry at bedtime, and I hate that feeling. So I want to be satisfied, and yeah, so this changes everything if I'm not calorie tracking. I feel like I'm not thinking about food nearly as much, and this is a big part of, you know, weight loss and trying to be fit, is what you put in your mouth changes everything. You know, you can work out a ton, you can work out for hours, but you can undo that with a bag of chips. You can undo that with a dozen cookies. Like, so quick to undo it. I try not to say, oh, I have to work out 5 hours for X, Y, Z. I don't think about it like that, but I can see where people would get really frustrated and be like, well, what's the point of even working out if, you know, I eat 2 bites of a cookie and it just undid my whole workout. So I can see where people get stuck on the numbers, and I'm really trying now to really listen to my body and intuitively eat and not have to track calories and not think about calories too much. I really enjoyed doing that, and I like it a whole lot better than tracking because I'm not going to track for the rest of my life. I feel like it's not a sustainable goal, and it was getting kind of tedious, and I just don't like it that much. So yeah, I'm not tracking for now. If I notice that my weight trend is going upward, I will reevaluate. I've been following somebody on Instagram who talks about intuitive eating, and I really just like her messages, and I want to be more like that. So I'm really trying to listen to my body and pick out things that are going to strengthen and nourish me and all that stuff. So yeah, that's a lot of nutrition talk, but I'm just trying to do better. Like, the more you learn, the better you can do. And I really don't like diet culture stuff, and I feel like, you know, tracking calories puts me in that mindset and I don't like it as much. So moving on, that was the last thing on my list. I just want to reiterate the referral special. Check the description box down below if you're interested in a Peloton bike or a tread. I just love my bike. I've had it since May of last year, so we're coming up on like a year and a couple months here, and I really just enjoyed it. I have 400 and something rides. I'll show something up on the screen. As of today, it's like 450, 460, somewhere in there. And I'm really just loving it and loving riding pretty much most days. I'm getting back into where I ride every day, and I really enjoy it again. There was a long time in there where I was only riding a few days a week and skipping days a lot of times and not making it like an everyday thing. And I feel so much better and happier and more relaxed and more energetic if I get the miles in every day. I just really enjoy it, and I've been trying to do 30-minute rides instead of just a 20-minute ride. That is all my update. I have not heard much about the rower, except I've heard things about there might be buttons on the handles. I've heard things that there won't be buttons on the handles. I've also heard that it will sit upright. If you don't have a lot of space, you can store it upright, which is a cool feature. And I've also heard that the CEO said it's going to be expensive, where I'm like, okay, if you're saying that, is it going to be more expensive than the other rowers out there? Because I'll just get another rower if it's going to be like astronomical priced. Or are you saying it's expensive because it's a Peloton thing? And Peloton things are just expensive because they're pretty good quality. So we will see. If the price is completely outrageous, I am going to boycott getting the rower, which I did not expect to say. I was thinking, doesn't matter what it costs, I'm gonna buy it. But if it is outrageous, I'm just gonna get a Concept 2. Like, that's the best rower. That's the one that everybody does their professional stuff on. I'll just get a Concept 2. If the other one's like double the price, I just won't get the Peloton one. So I've definitely started to change my mind about if I'm gonna get it first thing, but I hope that it's a reasonable price. I feel like it should be competitively priced to the Concept 2. I don't know what would make it that much more valuable, so I'm hoping that it will be like in the same price point as that, or it will have some sort of great features that just knocks me out of the water and makes me want to get it. But I just don't foresee paying a lot more for that one when I could get the, you know, the professional grade one that everybody loves. Yeah, I just don't see it. So we'll see how it goes. When he said it's going to be expensive, it gives me not happy feelings. We'll see. So anyway, that is my whole spiel. Check the links down below. I'll list a couple things down there for you guys with the referral code, and that's gonna be it. So I hope you guys liked it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you can follow me along, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.